Right.
Right. Are we excited?
Oh, for what?
Well, what are we talking about? Which is
Goldeneye,
really fun.
baby.
Which is really, really funny because we literally said 2 weeks ago when we were talking about Doom and about when's this coming out, and at that point there was not even a dither,
Yeah.
not even a thingy, and then literally Wednesday.
It's coming out
Was it
this
Wednesday
week.
yesterday? Mate, I was like, what? Oh, mate.
Yeah.
So we've been wanting to do this for ages because we knew that this was coming. And we were like,
Yeah.
we need to record it because we need it in the bank, and then when it drops, we've got it there.
Yeah.
And we literally said, I think we must have said last week, we messaged each other saying, well, we should get this done. And it's like, well, it's tough tits now. It's here. This is
Yeah.
it. You know what I mean?
So, excuse me, out of nowhere, they're saying GoldenEye is coming out this week for your Xbox and your Nintendo Switch.
Yes, I'm so excited.
But
I am so fucking excited.
the Xbox doesn't get online multiplayer, does it? Just split screen.
No, well, I mean,
school.
Not yet.
Yeah, not on release.
Mm-hmm.
They have
it will have to come at some point. There must be an
I
agreement.
will
somewhere.
cry if Xbox doesn't get it because I'm not paying for that Nintendo 64 expansion thing for the Switch. It costs
No,
way
neither
too
am I.
much.
Neither am I.
So it has to be Xbox for me. As much as I'd like to have a mess about with the multiplayer, but
I mean, can you imagine? Oh, can you imagine GoldenEye multiplayer online? And you can just join random groups and oh my.
we will
So
hopefully
good.
get to do it soon, and we can hopefully stream it. But I am
Pray,
gonna.
everyone pray to the gaming gods.
But now I can dedicate tomorrow night to GoldenEye remastered stream.
So can I, because I found out today that Stephanie is away out.
Ooh,
Mate,
you can
we will
join me,
race.
bro.
We will race
Race.
through GoldenEye.
I don't do races, bro. I enjoy the experience.
Oh man, I can't wait. Can't wait.
I just hope it controls good. That's all I want.
Well, they've remastered the controls, haven't they, to modern first-person shooting? So,
But I've also got some fat facts about the controls of the original game. Hold on.
go ahead.
Fat facts. Oh, pressed it too much. It's like it. I think if I double click it.
Is there like a delay?
No, when I double click it, it opens up the settings for the image.
God.
But like, you can have like a big delay between both clicks, and it'll still think it's a double click. Facts. Yep.
There you go. Right, Connor, let's start off then. Hit me with these fat facts for this amazing
Are we going
game.
straight into the fat facts?
So you just fire into them. Let's go.
These may be some of the most like sort of disappointing fat facts that I've come across, but it's just basically just a website I found, and it was like some bloke. It was like an article a bloke wrote, and it's all his facts were numbered, and they were numbered.
Let me get my glasses.
Yeah, but hold on. Each one was numbered 001, 002. One of them.
Oh no!
Right, some of them.
Did he actually get to 100?
No, he had 25, but.
Oh God! So what is it? 0025?
No, well, that was a thing. You'd think it would be because it's always double O, but obviously
025.
When you get to 10, you can't have double O because it's 010.
010, yeah.
Come on. But
honestly,
I made note of 22 of them. Some of the others were
facts.
Yeah, one of them was, I think the RCP-90 is the best gun ever. And it was just his opinion.
It is the best gun.
It is amazing.
The best gun, though.
But he's saying it's the best gun in any game ever, which I didn't agree with. But it's the best gun in GoldenEye.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But it was more.
It's not there.
It was more his opinion on something as opposed to a fact about the game. So, which is what a lot of these were. Yeah. But anyway, fact. Hold on. Fat facts. I have to go super duper slow. Fat facts. 001. Fact 001.
Oh, God, please don't do the 00s.
The damn right, James Bond, GoldenEye 007, baby. GoldenEye was developed by just a handful of people. How many?
Yep. Oh, I want to say 6, 8.
12. It was...
Wasn't that many?
It was 12 people, apparently. And I've got
Two
names for
musicians.
them.
Well then,
Martin Hollis, Mark Edmonds, Stephen Ellis, David Doak, who we will hear more from
Dr.
later,
Doak.
obviously.
Mhm.
Duncan Botwood, Carl Hilton, B. Jones, Adrian Smith. Sure, there's Iron Maiden's bass player, isn't it? Graham Smith, Graham Norgate, Grant Kirkhope,
music.
cool name,
the
and
fucking musical geniuses that they are.
my favourite, the best part of GoldenEye 007, also the coolest surname in the world, Robin Beanland, who created the elevator music. It's awesome.
That was good.
Fact 002.
Yeah. Oh, God.
It started out as a Virtua Cop style on-rail shooter.
Yeah. Yep.
Doom was a major influence, shock horror,
Shock horror. I know.
and so was, what else was it? Doom and something else was a big influence. Can't remember, but it was mainly Doom. A lot of people at the time thought Quake was a influence, but apparently the developers said they'd only just played Quake for the first time that week that they got asked that, which I thought was interesting. John Woo, 003, fact 003. John Woo was another huge inspiration, and all of his John Woo films. It's got one called Hard Boiled or something like that.
I'm trying to think what had he done, because what was it? Face Off was 97, wasn't it? Which is when this came out.
Yeah, I think you're talking like older John Woo. I think he did a lot of like B-movie sort of action stuff, didn't he? Not my sort of thing, anyway.
Not Mission Impossible 2.
I actually need to watch all the Mission Impossible films properly.
That's what me and Steph are doing at the minute.
Is it? That's pretty cool.
Yeah, we finished 2 last night.
Nice. I don't really remember 2. I don't remember any of them.
Great. It's great.
It's got Metallica in it.
That's the only thing. That's the only good thing about it.
This is cool. Fact 004. The developers toyed with using the Rumble Pack to reload weapons.
Oh, I remember the thing.
Pop it out and pop it back
in.
That would be annoying as balls.
That would have been an amazing thing, though. Multiplayer. Wait,
the first time you do it would be amazing. After that, I'd be so annoyed.
Or like,
apparently, fact 005. You can beat the game with 1 bullet and a lot of patience. The only insurmountable...
What's 1 bullet for?
Wow, I don't know. Can you figure it out? No. Can you figure out what the 1 bullet is used for?
To blow up the mines. No idea.
In the first level.
Which one?
The dam.
Yeah, no, I know the dam's first level, but what is it you have to shoot?
The only insurmountable obstacle that required that 1 bullet is the lock on the gate leading to the dam in the very first level.
Yeah.
You can get to the rest of the game slapping people. Mental.
Slappers only.
Yeah. God, that was the worst thing on multiplayer. Fact 006, Trevelyan's number. The multiplayer was added at the last minute. Wasn't even like a big part of it. Fact 007, James Bond's number. Martin Hollis regrets the name of the game's worst gun.
What would that be? The club.
The club. Inarguably, the least effective weapon in the game, the infamous club, was named after producer Ken Lobb, the team's principal Nintendo contact and the champion of the GoldenEye project within Nintendo itself. And then there's a quote, I remember Ken came in excited one day and said, "You guys, you named a gun after me." We told him, "That's the good news. The bad news is we named it after you because it's loud and inaccurate." That's class. It is the worst. I never used the club. It's shocking.
I never used the club. I know.
Fact 008. As a movie tie-in, it arrived incredibly late. GoldenEye the film was released...
2 years or something.
Yeah. GoldenEye the film was released in November 95. GoldenEye the game launched in August 97. 21 months after the movie. Worked out though. Fact 009. Oddjob players were officially cheating.
Yes. Yeah, there is a special place in hell for Oddjob players.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Where they
because
get bum-fucked by Oddjob himself with a pineapple.
it's become part of Goldeneye lore that picking Oddjob, who is significantly shorter than any other character in the multiplayer portion of the game, is only for absolute cheaters or at a push younger siblings who you'd be told to let have a go and would be shooting mercilessly regardless. Shooting out mercilessly regardless. Fact 0010. It was banned in Germany.
Do you know what, actually, I remember at one point, see, like the wrestling games were banned in Germany as well because of the blood.
Yeah, it was something to do. I can't remember. I didn't copy and paste everything down on this, but there was like a thing because of like the causing harm or something. So like to them it was no, we can't have this.
Yeah.
But
They were very strict at that around that era. I remember that.
But when you think about what games are coming out now that aren't banned in Germany, it's now a bit daft that this game's banned in Germany. And until Friday, the only way to officially play it is on the Nintendo 64. Those poor Germans are probably loving it now. They finally get to play GoldenEye. 9. Fact 011.
Yep.
There are 4 other separate GoldenEye games that pinch the name that aren't actually.
There's the. They did loads of remake thingies, and there's the Wii version, which is the remake.
So you got GoldenEye 007 on the Wii.
There was the one where they actually had a golden fucking eye.
Yeah, GoldenEye Rogue Agent.
Yeah,
for the GameCube. Stupid. And both of them had DS versions that were again different to what came out on the Wii and the GameCube. Apparently, though, the one on the Wii is actually.
I remember
it's
playing.
Actually supposed to be really good. We've got a chat, Anthony 8850. Will you be streaming Xbox gameplay of GoldenEye from Game Pass? Yes, I will, Anthony. Tomorrow night, baby.
Get in on it.
Yeah, join in with the GoldenEye thing. I may as well get the chat up here. Might actually come up. But yeah, Gak will be streaming GoldenEye. Fact 012. Dual analog GoldenEye is the pro way to play. Did you ever dual analog GoldenEye on the Nintendo 64?
Right. So, no.
But you knew of it.
I knew of it. And there was a guy that
Cheers, Paul.
There was a guy that I watched who actually melted 2 parts of the pad off.
Yeah, I've seen
infused the thing and made like an actual dual, but it still had the 4 things, but he had the dual analog.
But you got
and
the
that
dual
was
analog GoldenEye.
But that was pretty smart, actually, how he did it. Like, I'm not gonna lie, but no, I never did.
No,
I was quite happy with the controls.
For the time, it was fine, wasn't it?
Exactly.
I can still happily play it now. But you do kind of wish it was.
Well, it will be tomorrow.
It will be tomorrow. Let's see how it feels. Yeah, the picture I saw when I read this fact was the fella actually holding 2 separate pads. It just looked really awkward. Yeah. And apparently it's the pro way to play.
The prostitute way.
Damn right. The prosy way. That's how they play GoldenEyes. Fact 013. Realism was one of the main goals for the devs. The level creators or architects, this is actually quite interesting. The level creators or architects were working without much level design, by which I mean often they had no player start points or exits in mind. Certainly they didn't think about enemy positions or object positions. Their job was simply to produce an interesting space. After the levels were made, Dave, or sometimes Duncan, would be faced with filling them with objectives, enemies, and stuff. The benefit of this sloppy, unplanned approach was that many of the levels in the game have a realistic and non-linear feel. There are rooms with no direct relevance to the level. There are multiple routes across the level. This is an anti-game design approach, frankly. It is inefficient because much of the level is unnecessary to the gameplay, but it contributes to a greater sense of freedom and also realism. And in turn, this sense of freedom and realism contributed enormously to the success of the game. And like when you actually try and like picture in your mind's eye like some of the levels, like the caverns is one of them, where it's just there's a lot of just unused space that when you're roaming these bits and you just think, is there actually any purpose in me being here?
This is another, I don't know.
But like then.
But
I don't know what those, caverns quite a late part of the game. It's the second to last official level in the game, isn't it? So
yeah,
I've never done that on like double O agent difficulty. So is there more to it on that difficulty level where you've got to do an extra objective or something? Maybe.
I'd say if you had your extra objectives, you couldn't. I can't remember if you unlock extra bits. I don't remember. Don't think you did. If I'm being honest.
Yeah.
So like with the caverns and that one, there's a lot of the stuff that was not actually used, and it was just there for the sake of making it like it was used, if you know what I mean, like that as an actual cavern. So it's open. Do you know what I mean? I think that's what it was. So
I think one of the best things about Goldeneye that you don't see any other games do is like you've got your 3 difficulty levels. So like the first level, for example, if you play Dam on Agent, the first one, you could basically just start, walk to the end. Got to shoot that lock though. Walk to the end and jump off a cliff. You win.
Yep.
But then you play, what's the second one? Secret Agent or something.
Yep.
You play that and it'll give you an extra 1 or 2 objectives. So you've got to actually go out your way to go and do something somewhere. Or disable. I think you disable the alarms or something in the first one.
Yeah, you do. You throw the thing underneath.
So you've got to kind of go out your way to do that objective, and then you get to naff off. And then you got Double O Agent, where it's like you've got about 4 or 5 objectives. You've got to go down like the little places and get past a million other guys that are super duper strong. They're accurate as tits, and they will batter you. And it's like I love that the difficulty like sort of opens up the exploration or whatever.
It gives you more to do, and you have to go to places that you wouldn't have gone to previously.
So even though you're playing the same level, you play it in a completely different way depending on the difficulty.
Because I mean, if you went down on the agent level, it's like down underneath it, there's still guys there. There's still to kill.
Yeah.
But I mean, they're not as hard or anything like that. They're just the easy version of the game.
With the PP7.
So you can just run through it, and there's no challenge. Whereas if you come back at agent, all of a sudden you've just got absolute fucking tons of guys.
Yeah.
So, but it's funny. There was I'd read a thing today about the comparison between the two, like the level designs for that and Doom. And it was funny, like Doom, you're saying is basically it's a standalone thing. Your level is designed, and the enemies are placed, and they wait there for you to come, and then they attack you.
And then
whereas like with Goldeneye, like they're placed as if like they're people in the movie. They are soldiers, and they are patrolling, and they're doing jobs. So they're just and that's the difference between the two. Do you know what I mean? And it's like something I would never have thought of back then when I was playing it. And it wasn't until someone said to me, and then the penny dropped. I was like, actually, do you know what? That's right. Do you know what I mean? The level design for that is actually for Goldeneye is amazing for what they've done. So Anyway, next fact.
Considering the mess it was to build these levels.
Yeah, exactly.
Fact 014. It's Rick Astley's favourite video game.
Well, do you know what? He will never let me down, so it's fine.
Oh, we went there. Oh, dear.
Yep. Hey.
He says that Doom got him into video games, but GoldenEye is his favourite. When he said this, I don't know, but...
Probably when he came out and he was promoting it. Probably.
Very possibly. Fact 015.
I'm going to tweet him.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Hashtag GoldenEye remake. Dr. Doak had to be snuck in. We all know Dr. Doak from the second level facility. He's a pain in the ass in the harder difficulties to find and not have murdered. Fact 016. Unsurprisingly, Nintendo asked the team at Rare if they fancied another go at the Bond IP. Weighing up the pros and cons, the team decided against it and went on to develop Perfect Dark instead. So Nintendo wanted a sequel, Rare said nah.
Because it was a lot of pressure for them, wasn't it?
Yeah. I think they made a good call going for perfect because it's basically a Goldeneye.
What could they have done? Really, anything extra? Do you know, within the confines of the James Bond franchise?
Yeah, but to be fair, the follow up, I don't think it was Rare. Was it Tomorrow? No, The World Is Not Enough. Did you ever play The World Is Not Enough?
Was that not EA?
I don't know. It could be. Was it EA or was that just before EA? EA did Agent Under Fire, didn't they? Or Nightfire, whatever it was called.
To be honest, after Goldeneye, I never cared.
Yeah, well, that's
I played one of them on the GameCube, and I played the multiplayer a bit. I remembered it was a ski resort. And you had the things on the conveyor belt. That's the only thing I ever really remember about it.
Tomorrow Never Dies on the PS1 is stinking. It's horrible.
God.
But The World Is Not Enough. I think it did come out on the Nintendo 64. It's actually a fun game. It's all right. Fact 017. There is a ZX Spectrum emulator and 10 rare games buried in the code of GoldenEye.
Ooh, did not know that.
They were going to do a... Did they in Donkey Kong 64 have the Donkey Kong arcade game in it?
Yes, they did. Yeah.
They were going to do something similar, from what I read. Something similar, but they scrapped it and they just left it all in there.
It would have been cool, but it would have taken you completely out of the game. Doing it.
Yeah. Fact 018. Bond was going to use a motorbike on runway, and it's still in the game. While this was unfeasible for the team at the time, the motorcycle model is still in the game, sitting in miniature form on a desk in one of the huts in the first surface level.
I'm going to have a look.
So we will have a nosy tomorrow. When we hit surface, look for that motorbike.
That's it.
Other scrapped vehicles include a boat for the dam level, which would have been used to take you to the infamous distant island. General Oromov's getaway car, which you would have chased through St. Petersburg, and Bond's BMW Z3 Roadster. But they didn't make it to the game. Nah. Fact 019. Pierce Brosnan is great, but he's rubbish at GoldenEye.
Well, I wouldn't put it past him, being honest.
I think he played it on Jimmy. I think it was Jimmy Fallon or something. Does he have like a video game?
Jimmy Savile then. I was like,
could have been. Now then. Let's play a bit
Let's play some GoldenEye. Come on then.
No, he played it on Jimmy Fallon and got his ass kicked in the multiplayer, apparently.
Fair enough.
Fact 020. There were plans for a casino level. So he meets Xenia on a top in a casino in the film. I don't properly remember the film. So they were going to include that.
But I mean, that scene was literally only like 10 minutes.
Yeah, but everyone loves a casino level. Sonic 2, baby. But they did say, like, because of, like, they would had to, like, the background and just everything would have to be, like, quite extravagant and casino.
It's just too much.
They were like, yeah, fuck that. That's not happening. Items including money and casino tokens are still present in the ROM, though, apparently. So they did give it a go.
Yeah.
Fact 021. It influenced pretty much everything afterwards. Namely, Halo Combat Evolved and Half-Life were massively inspired by this video game.
We were talking about Doom. I was like, Doom is the genesis of first person shooters, but like GoldenEye is the birth of Jesus.
Basically, yeah.
Essentially, but that is it in a biblical term. That's the genesis. GoldenEye is Jesus.
Yeah.
It is the god of first person shooters. So yeah.
And then the final fact, nothing special to be honest. 022. It's still got a surprisingly active mod scene. I don't really delve into the mods or anything, but apparently people do like what do they call it? The full what do they call it? Where they do a total conversion of the game. So apparently people have like done a GoldenEye version of, I think it was Dr. No. Or from
I've seen. It's funny enough. I've seen videos on YouTube a couple months ago where it's like Dr. No, and they've made like whole levels in that based off the films using the GoldenEye engine, and some of them look amazing. So yeah, fair play to them.
Oh, if you know what you're doing and you've got the time.
Yeah, exactly. If you can get your hands on them, I might give them a wee shot on the old magic box. There you go.
That'd be cool. But yeah, that's the end of. Oh, too much. There we go.
You just do it on purpose now, aren't you?
It just comes out. It's annoying. I keep pressing it too much. Right, no one's chatting in the chat box, so the ad's coming back up. So,
right.
Goldeneye. Do you remember your first time playing Goldeneye?
It was bittersweet.
Oh.
Bittersweet. So, young Nick in the summer of 1997, I'd spent most of the summer with a lad from my school, Denzel, who me and him just had like a bond over the summer, and it was amazing playing games and everything like that. And he had a friend, I can't remember his name, but we called him Ratty because he looked like a rat. He was a human rat, and he was a prick. He was a prick. I used to go primary school with his younger brother, Ricky, so I kind of knew him through him, sort of thing. And it'd come out, and I'd heard that he'd got it, and we went round the thingy, and I watched him to play it and all that. And then I was like, "Can I borrow it? Can I have a go? Can I just I'll bring it back the next day, whatever." Just And he was like, "Yeah. Do you know what? In fact, you've got a spare pad, haven't you? If I borrow your spare pad, you can have Goldeneye and you can thing it for the night." And I was like, "Fucking done deal."
Yeah, that's I was gonna say.
Sprinted. I've never ran so fast in my life. Sprinted home to get my spare pad. Took it to Hayes, and he go. And I was like, "Right, cheers, guys. Right, I'm away. I'm going to get this done tonight." Get home, literally clunk. It doesn't fit in. I'm like, what the fuck? Pushing it, like trying to. It's the American game.
Oh no!
So he has an American N64, and I've got the European one, and it's the design differently. And you know what I mean? And I was just like, it wouldn't fit in. It's fucking absolutely heartbroken, distraught. Like this prick has just basically tricked me into like taking my pads so he could play multiplayer with his pals, and fucking knowing full well that I couldn't play Goldeneye when I wanted to play it. So that was my first ever instance of Goldeneye, and I was so heartbroken. So heartbroken.
Didn't even get to play it.
Didn't even get to play it. So, but when my best mate got it, he was like, "Right, come on, we're doing it. We're doing the multiplayer," and we tanked multiplayer every night. Yeah. Every night. It was just between that and Pokemon, it was just like literally just a cycle of waves between everything that we would do. And Goldeneye was amazing. It was phenomenal. And the best way of playing Goldeneye was multiplayer with your pals. I don't want to beat my own horn here, but like you see License to Kill, one shot. Yeah. Fucking the boy to beat right here. Like,
bullseye.
All the guys would come from school, you know what I mean, pals would come on, Goldeneye, you wanna come on, come fucking come on, let's go. Sit there playing it, and I'd just be like smooth as butter coming around the corners, boom, 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 dead. Do you know what I mean? It's just like fucking honest to God, it was amazing. And any other game mode, I was naff. Do you know what I mean? I could hold my own, but I'd win some, but I'd probably lose most of it. But License to Kill, that was it, mate. I was the snow god, the guy with all the white with the goggles.
Yeah, I loved him, the Siberian guy.
That was the Siberian guy, and that was it. And that was me. And everyone was running around with the machine guns, trying to like find. And I was literally had the silent pistol, just coming from behind. So they didn't know where I was. Coming sneaking in behind and sneaking through doors, sneaking back. That was me. And I was buzzing. I was buzzing playing that mode. It was so good. So good.
So I didn't really, you'll be shocked to hear, I didn't play much of the multiplayer. I only really had my cousin to play with, because like no one else, people in Wales, I don't think they, even at the time, were so primitive.
I was not specifically Wales, is like people in Anglesey.
Yeah, basically. Didn't know what a Nintendo 64 was. Didn't know what a Sega Mega Drive
barely had electricity and running water in the 90s.
There was only me and my cousin, and we just like playing the story game. We loved playing the missions and seeing if we could do the higher difficulties. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
But what I did love about the multiplayer the rare occasion I got to play it, was at the end of each game. Whenever you would go to the left, it would give you like your sort of the what would you call it, like an accolade or a description or something of how you played most awesome, or I don't remember what it was, but I always used to love going to that and thinking, how's it judging me? What was I best at? Most useless or something like that. I always remember that. Yeah, I always remember that. I remember I liked that the multiplayer levels were different. So even though they were based
so most
on,
of the multiplayer levels were based off actual levels in the game, but changed.
Yeah, they were their own.
Yeah,
they were their own thing for multiplayer. They were obviously kind of designed for multiplayer use.
Because I mean, you've got like the archive. That first section of the archive level is a multiplayer level. But the stuff at the bottom's a little bit different. You've still got all the top floor with all the offices and the secret doors and that. And you've got what was the? I feel like there was the one where you went downstairs. Is it the crypt? I don't know if it's the crypt, but you went downstairs somewhere.
The Aztec big one, was it the temple?
Yeah, the Aztec one. That was amazing. Yeah, that was such a good level.
That's always the one that comes to my head when it's Goldeneye multiplayer. It's that I can picture it in my head. That's
mine's the facility where it's like you had the 3 rooms and you had the metal grate stairs and you had the big square room in the middle with the panels around the top. So you had like the top level and then the big area down there, and they come off on rooms on either side. That's the one I always think of, and I just because you had like loads of secret like through grates and stuff, like secret rooms and stuff. That's the one I always think about when I think multiplayer. It's just
So the first time I played Goldeneye, when we went to Bangor, and I would always go to Acme Games in Bangor just to have a nosy. My mum hated it because she claimed it stunk. They were probably off their head on something, weren't they?
Oh, it's stoned, and that's why,
But I just used to go in and I'd stare at like the Mega Drive games, I'd stare at the Master System games, and obviously at this time Nintendo 64 had come out. And I don't remember how it happened, but I walked out there with Goldeneye, with a used copy of Goldeneye. And the beauty of the Nintendo 64 cartridge, specifically the Goldeneye one, is it saved.
It saves, yes.
So when I popped it in, there was a save already on it with pretty much at least 2/3 of all the cheats unlocked. So like, I would always be able to unlock DK mode and paintball mode. I loved paintball mode. It was so stupid. It was great.
Yeah.
But I would always be able to unlock them. But like, I could never fathom how to get like the rocket launchers and the double grenade launchers and invincibility mode and blah, 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 blah. This save had everything. So like, me and my cousin would always, if I went to his, I'd be taking Goldeneye with me and then popping it in his Nintendo, and it was just endless fun. Goldeneye, single or multiplayer.
Those challenges were amazing as well, though. Like once you play through the story mode, I mean, you had very little to go back to, because once you've played it, that's you pretty much know what to expect. There's no the fun of Goldeneye first time around is like you're learning and trying to figuring out what you need to do. But once you need to do it, you kind of lost that sort of, I'm not going to say excitement, but the whole learning thing again. And bringing in these challenges kind of gave you that extra bit of life afterwards once you finished it. And some of them were easy, like say the DK head mode, and some of them were fairly. But there were some absolute tough buggers.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure DK mode was just to finish runway in less than a minute, which is like the world's easiest achievement, because you just run to the plane, you've done it.
Pretty much. The one I always remember is in the silo, where you're going around.
I love
phenomenal level. And I think I was probably the only one in my group of friends that could do it. But it was always based on luck. And see, like, having to go, so I do it on my copy, and then like my mate's like, can you do it on mine? But it was like, and that's what we did. We like literally passed the carts to each other for other ones that knew that could do certain levels. And I always got like, it used to always take me like about 12, 13, 14 goes to get it because it was always like on lock on who had the key cards. There's the scientist guys that you had to,
Oh yeah,
thing it,
yeah,
and they
yeah.
had to always lock. But I used to always remember like getting the running and like you strafing against the wall and that to make you go faster and just pressing B at the right time so the door opens so you can just sneak on through without having to wait. And I was like, I just always have like pinpoint shots of like head, big guys behind the barrel, and I knew where to go. And it was like, it was amazing, like learning and just getting that muscle memory where you're having to repetitively do a level over and over and over. And that level will forever be ingrained in these hands, because I just done it so many times for so many people. But the challenges were amazing. Like you say, some like were absolutely horrendously hard. I think the one we couldn't do between all of us was the jungle. Was it the jungle one?
Jungle's a hard level.
It's a hard level to begin with, but actually trying to do it in a quick enough time with the challenge. The challenge was even harder, and I'm sure we came like seconds, like to doing it, and we could just never shave any more time. And it's that Xenia on the top battle on the bridge.
It's
she
awesome.
she is an awesome battle, but she was a bugger. Like if you were in the right place and with the right stuff, like
if you let her come across that bridge, you're toast. Basically, you've got to catch her before or on that bridge. It's cool because she's got the RCP-90 and the grenade launcher. That's mental.
I know. And I finished in the end of level with those two was amazing. Like,
it's
until you ran out, obviously.
Yeah. I think the game takes a massive like difficulty spike from jungle onwards as well.
Yeah, the cavern and still I was like, it's hard.
So you've got even on Agent, I think it's obviously very doable on Agent, but it's the first point on Agent we are quite challenged.
Yeah.
Where if you're slack, you will be punished. I think it's jungle.
It's the turrets.
The turrets
were always the bugger.
Yeah.
Of those levels, definitely.
Jungle's not the hardest, but it's quite tough. Complex, I think it's called, is still to this day the hardest level in that game. All because of that point where you've got to protect Natalia in that server room or whatever.
Yeah.
With the guys coming from above, from the sides. You get battered in that on Agent.
Yeah, you do. You do.
After that, I think is Cavern, which is Cavern's a good level. Cavern's not hard.
It's such a big level.
Yeah,
it's such a big level.
It's up there with.
You do get the turrets. Yeah, but the turrets are everywhere.
Yeah.
You walk around the corner and it's like, you're straight and you're like, whoa, trying to like get back out of the way. And it's like if you get hit a couple of times with that, it's like you don't have enough life, you don't get enough armor. It's like you've got to. It's one of them levels that you've got to die a couple of times to learn where things are. Because it is.
But once you do have like an idea of where people are, where the turrets not are, it's just fun. You just have fun playing through it. Yeah. That's what
I always love the spiral bit in the cave.
Yeah.
Where like you do it in the strafe run and you're like super quick, and there's guys walking up it and you just run straight past them and shoot them as you pass. Or if you're being cheeky, just give them a wee slap on the back of the head.
Oh. Yeah, the slap. I've never understood the slap in the game. Like, I'm assuming because it's James Bond, it was supposed to be like a karate chop.
Well, Roger Moore did a lot of the karate stuff, didn't he? So that he did a lot of chopping of people.
But it's the fact they've called it slappers in multiplayer, so they're basically claiming it's a slap. Nice one, Bond.
But to be fair, I think that's like a double entendre though for like it's
the
calling everyone a bunch of slags, really, aren't they? Really, yeah. So,
just trying to think like. What would be your top 3 levels in the game? The ones that you always remember. So, like, say you've not played Goldeneye for a few months, but you jump onto your save where you've got all the levels unlocked. I love that level select screen as well. I think.
Oh, it's amazing! Like the film, like microfilm, amazing.
So you've got all them unlocked including Aztec and Temple, which were, I don't think I ever finished Temple.
Finished one. Then that was the rocket one.
Yeah, I might have finished. That's the one with Jaws, isn't it? That might be Aztec.
Yeah. The only reason I finished that was because I had the double bloody Moonraker lasers.
Yeah, I think that's the only way to do it. I think the final one, I think it's called Temple or something like that.
That's the Baron Samedi one.
Baron Samedi. He is hard as fucking tits.
You've got to get the golden gun to kill him. Like, yeah. It's the fucking laugh he does as well. And just disappears.
Yeah.
All right, what 3 levels? Okay, what 3 levels are we talking about? You've got to do Damn.
Ooh.
You can't not do Damn. Damn's amazing.
Damn is amazing. But I don't think it would be in my top 3.
Ooh. There's that. There is the Train.
Train is awesome.
Train is awesome. Genuinely awesome.
Yeah.
And the third ones are tough.
It took me way too long to learn on Train that if you shoot the crates in the first cart, you pick up an RCP-90.
Yeah.
That's it.
The thing is, I only found that out by chance.
Yeah.
So
that's what it was. It was just something I didn't bother doing. I didn't waste. Yeah. I didn't want to waste my ammo basically on crates.
Exactly. Yeah.
But do it. First cart, you'll get an RCP-90 and you'll love life.
Right. Okay. Third level. See, I like Archive. I like the level after the tank.
Yeah.
I like the one where you're in the Russian the graveyard. No, it's not the graveyard. It's not called the graveyard. But you know what I mean? Where it's like all the statues. Yes. I like that one.
It's not bad. I don't think that would be in mine.
The train yard.
It's got Robbie Coltrane.
Where you've got to go the double before the train. Where you've got depot where you've got to go into all the different buildings. And that's yeah. I'm trying to think. Is there Caverns as well? Caverns is good.
Caverns is quality.
Oh,
I think if I had to pick 3 right here, right now, Train would have to be 1.
Yeah.
Silo would have to be 1.
Silo as well. Oh, we were just talking about that. Yeah.
Surface.
Oh.
Just because of the music. The music in Surface.
Yeah.
And it's just that you're in this big Arctic little
open area. There's nothing about.
That was the thing. It was so open for the time. It was like, whoa, I'm actually in Russia here, roaming through the snow as James Bond. And the music is awesome. And you get it twice.
You do. Yeah, you get day and night. Yeah. But I used to love. I mean, the place with the computer, the big screen, and that level's amazing as well.
Level. The second time round's hard when you're a prisoner with Natalia, but it's cool because you get to use your watch to magnetize the key to you, and then you get out and you slap the guard.
See, on Bloody Sun things double agent though, trying to get the guard and slapping him with the gun. It's fucking forever.
It's proper funny, yeah.
And he's just a pummeling you full of lead. Like, what are you doing? Oh god, it's so good. But yeah, I mean, the surface was amazing. I mean, I used to always try and go around the outside of the level against all the trees to not get spotted. Yeah. And there'd always be someone with a sniper rifle that would see you, and I'd just be like running, thinking like, "This is me, I've got it." And you go, the sniper rifle. It's like, what?
Yes.
Oh god, that was just they are amazing. Like, I don't think there's a dud level. I generally don't think there is a dud level.
If there is, runway maybe just because it's way too short.
But if you actually do runway on the harder difficulties,
it's hard as tits, yeah.
Hard as tits, and that's a good challenge.
The turrets, you've got all the guys. What else you got? See, I'm not overly fond of Archives.
I loved Archives.
I like it. I like the sort of the initial, you escape. You beat up the 2 guards that you're stuck in with, and then they're all after you. And on the second and third difficulties, it's a challenge. I think Cradle is a phenomenal level. The final one.
The final level is
Cool
really
music, chasing down Sean Bean.
Yeah. Sean Bean,
Yeah.
who actually looks really like Sean Bean.
He's probably the closest.
Bond doesn't really look like Bond. No, you know what I mean? But Sean Bean looks like Sean.
Sean Bean is the only one that actually resembles him. The actor. Yeah. Maybe Robbie Coltrane as well actually looks just like a shorter, less stumpy Robbie Coltrane.
Right, okay. I've got the levels here. So we've got Damn, amazing. Facility, amazing.
Go through each one, and we'll just name. We'll give a number 1 to 10.
Damn.
8.
8. Yeah. Facility.
8.5.
Yeah. Runway.
7.
Yeah. It's the first surface.
9.
See, I'd have 8.
Oh yeah. 8, 9, 8.5.
Yeah. 8.5. Okay. Bunker.
Oh, I love Bunker.
I know.
8.
I've got a good 9.
Ooh.
Right. Silo.
Oh, 9.5.
Yeah. Frigate. If there's going to be one good level.
I love Frigate. No, I love Frigate. I love the disarming the bombs and stuff. 7.5.
Yeah, no, I'll agree with that. My only thing with the Frigate is it wasn't really in the film because all they did was steal the helicopter off the boat. So I mean, I know this is like a filler level.
Yeah, but they made a decent.
You can tell it's a filler level.
Yeah, but they made a decent enough level out of it. I love the disarming the bombs thing, and
I'm sure that's the first. Is that the first level where you can dual wield?
Yeah,
you get the 2 guns. You can dual wield.
You get 2 MP5s, I think.
Yeah,
or the Phantoms, whatever they were called.
Phantoms.
They were cool guns.
Surface 2.
Surface 2, not quite as good as first Surface because it's darker and they're all chasing in the start.
Yeah, but I still 7.5.
Yeah, 7.5, 8.
Yeah. Bunker 2
is a bit more intense than Bunker 1. 8, 8.5.
Okay. Statue.
7.5.
So yeah. Archives. I go 8.
Yeah, I'll go 8.
Yeah.
8.
Streets.
Oh, you got to ride a tank, didn't you?
Tank was amazing.
Yeah. 8.5, 9.
Yeah.
Just for the tank.
And then the depot with the train.
9.
Yep. The train. 9.
9.5.
Yeah. Jungle.
9.
Then Control. 2.
I hate Control. It's so hard.
It's hard.
It's good though. 7.5. It's the stumbling block. That was always the stumbling block for me when I was younger.
Yeah.
It was so hard to get past Control.
And then you've got Caverns.
9.
Yeah. Cradle.
9.
Aztec. Pain in the arse, but it was such a good fucking level.
That's the point, isn't it? That's where it becomes an unofficial level. You finish the game, but you've got this challenge. What was the requirement to unlock Aztec? Do you remember?
Was that not everything secret agent?
Okay, that would make sense. And then to get the other one,
and then Egyptian was double agent. Yeah.
So I only really remember Aztec properly. I remember going through a phase of I was trying my damnedest to beat that level and I couldn't do it.
So fucking hard, even on agents.
Yeah, but it's still awesome. So I'd give it at least an 8 out of
10. Right. Did you know that if you beat the double agent on all the levels, you unlock the secret 007 difficulty?
Jesus.
Where you can amend and set your own stats for the bad guys.
Jesus.
So you can do their reaction times, their health, their it's just like
fun.
Yeah. See, on the Dam, set the guy's health all the way up. No, all the way down, sorry, and put his strength all the way up.
Yeah.
So literally you come around the corner and you can either chop him and he's dead, or if he hears you, just turn up, dead straight away. Kill your reaction time, and it's amazing that you can actually,
Oh, that's awesome.
It's such a good little good thing to do.
It's something like that I'd like to stream though. Like obviously because it's the first time it's been remastered, that's a reason to stream the normal game. But like in time, I'd like some sort of a challenge aspect to it, something daft or something, a reason for people to watch Goldeneye again. I'd like something silly like that. But
it is pretty cool mode. Like, and if you turn them up to the hardest settings, you can like unload like your full pistol right at the start of a level into one guy, and he won't even be dead. So that's how hard you can make it for yourself. It's just it's unreal. Like, the shooting when you're shooting the guys, like the way they react, is amazing as well. That's something that I never.
Oh, some of them are hilarious.
But I never really had seen anything like that. That reacting in a specific way. You shoot them in the arm or the hand, and they go like that. And they shake the hand, or you shoot them in the leg and the hopping.
It was one of the. It was probably the first for us anyway. Instance of a game where the enemies would sort of react in very specifically to where they've been shot. Because I used to live. There's always a guy in facility. If you come out the bogs, you stay on that top floor. You go to the left, double doors. You go down the steps, kill the guy. Then when you go through those doors, then the next guy on your left is always facing away from you. I used to love crouching behind him and shooting him in the butt, and he would react by holding his butt. Because that's what you do if you got shot in the ass. You just go, "Oh Jesus, someone shot me in the butt."
That was a thing. But how naughty you?
Yeah, I know. It's.
But it's something so small that you don't think it's such a big thing to make the game just more like real, like to you. So there's a realism to it.
Yeah, because every other game before, like the games that are below us now, you kill an enemy in those 4 games down there, they all die. They have the same death animation, whatever. Whereas this, there was probably like 20, 30 different ways each bloke could die in Goldeneye. And some of them were hilarious. Some of them were, just regular deaths. But
just flop. Yeah. Whereas some just flail.
But one of my favorite things is if you die as Bond, you go through Bond's death animation, whatever way it is, but because the game's still going while he's dying, all the enemies are still pummeling the shit out of you with their guns, and they are beating you to a pulp.
Green swaying going down.
Yeah, while
the guy's like,
while it's doing like an action replay of your death animation 3 or 4 times. These guys are just battering you.
Oh god, I forgot about that because the music, it's the dun. You see yourself dying.
It's proper funny, and no other game does that.
No, that's true actually.
Right, I've got a list of all the cheats in the game as well. This is something you don't tend to get in games, isn't it? The cheats.
No, cheats. Yeah, cheats to make the game good.
Yeah, they're not
make
all
it fun.
They're not all necessarily like cheats to help you cheat and win the game. It's some of them are silly.
Well, the thing is, if you had the cheats on, you couldn't progress the game anyway.
Yeah,
it wouldn't let you progress.
They're just a bit daft, just to add a bit of humour to the game.
Yep.
But you do have Invincible, which is obviously going to help you. All Guns, going to help you. Bond Invisible, going to help you. Infinite Ammo, going to help you. Then you got DK Mode, which gave them big heads, big monkey arms. It's hilarious. I love it.
The best thing with the DK Mode is in the facility level where you come out the bogs and the guy's head. It's like you would always just get like the sort of like the top part of his scalp there, where DK Mode, like his head was like sticking through the roof.
It's amazing. And you can bet your ass when I unlock DK Mode tomorrow, I'm sticking it on. It's funny. Tiny Bond. I don't really remember using Tiny Bond.
I think that's just Oddjob though, isn't it? It just makes it Oddjobs.
Does it make him like this big? Paintball Mode is awesome. And then it just basically replaces the bullet hole thing.
With paint.
Different coloured paint. It's funny. You got Magnum, Laser, Golden Gun, Silver PP7, Gold PP7, Is that just a change of color? It doesn't actually make them like super strong. Okay.
No, change color.
No radar for multiplayer, which I'm all for, to be honest.
Yeah,
I think it makes it more.
But to be honest, but then that opens up the screen watching, which is equally as odd job hell.
Which you can't do on the Switch tomorrow.
That's true. Yeah.
Turbo mode.
Well,
probably just go rapid, don't you?
It's like 2.5 times speed or something.
Fast animation, slow animation, enemy
that's
rockets.
For your starting and ending animations.
Yeah.
So Bond would go super fast. So on some of them where he's doing something, he'd be like and gone, and then like he's away off the screen, and then whatever he's pressed then reacts. And he's off screen. And it's the same for the slow one. He's not even got to it, and the thing's already like flowing away wherever, and he's still walking.
Enemy rockets.
So, that was one that was never getting turned on.
That I would love to turn that on and stream that though. That would be fun. How far can you go doing enemy rockets? Like it run from the start, kind of like the new Doom games where you've got Ultra Nightmare mode or whatever it's called, where you play, you die. That point is you die there. You got to go all the way back to the start. So it'd be quite funny to do Goldeneye, enemy rockets.
Like say on dam or wherever.
Yeah, start and dam. How far can you get without dying?
Yeah,
that would be quite funny. And then it's 2 rocket launchers, 2 grenade launchers, 2 P90s, 2 throwing knives, 2 hunting knives, 2 lasers.
The throwing knives.
Throwing knives were I hate them, but they're cool at the same time.
Yeah, that's
I could never hit anyone with them.
The multiplayer level, which is knives only. You're just like, all you can hear is the
just a
and everyone trying to throw the knives, and you're just missing each other because it's got to be so specific.
That would be funny though. We definitely, if Xbox do actually get online multiplayer, we do have to have a bit of a stream on it. It'd be so funny.
Yeah.
Just lobbing throwing knives at each other.
Because that was another thing we used to do as well. We used to just like play multiplayer, but we'd have challenges where you'd play hide and seek or whatever, but like you've got proximity mines about to try. They've got to try and find you. You've laid bombs everywhere.
Yeah. But that's the beauty of it. You can have your own little mini games, can't you? It's that good. It's that because of the way it is, you're able to do stuff like that because you've got your. You got your different weapon types or whatever, don't you? Got your power weapons, slappers only,
pistols. Yeah.
So you can completely change the way you play that multiplayer each time.
Yeah,
and it does keep it interesting.
Yeah.
And like I said, your license to kill is your one-shot kill. I think you've got your.
I don't know that one.
You only live twice.
Know that one. Which one? What's you only live twice?
You only get 2 lives.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which is pretty. Yeah, it's that simple. Yeah,
so I'd last 6 seconds in that game.
Oh, I know. There was tons of modes, wasn't there? Actually, there was tons of modes.
Yeah, where does it rank? Not just before we go to the slag and talk about this specifically. Where does Goldeneye rank among your shooters of all time?
Oh, easily top 10.
Ooh.
7, 8.
What are you putting ahead of it?
I'm not telling you because we've not discussed it yet.
Ooh. Apart from Halo.
Well, no. This is for another time. But it is up and around that. It is in the top 10, easy. So without any qualms, just thinking about the nostalgia part of it, just thinking back of it, like, do you know what I mean? It's just the memories of that. It's easily, and I know it's not aged well and blah blah blah, but it's still just for that fact alone.
That's not like we've been very positive about the game.
Yeah,
but just to add a little negative, it hasn't aged well. Because
we've always said though, no game from that sort of era has.
Yeah, it looks quite ugly now in this day and age, and because it's basically stuck on the Nintendo 64 and that control pad, the controls are a bit naff now. What's happening?
Who do you think? Who do you think? Stephanie. Oh, do you know what? I'm glad she's out tonight. She doesn't have to sit there because she's like, is it coming out tomorrow? It's like, does it still look like shit? And I'm like, oh,
Yes, it does. Yes, it
it
does.
does. It still does look like
but
shit.
it's still
It
fun.
does.
It's still fun.
It looks like you made a claymation guide, being out of just pure squares, and they've just stuck a picture of someone's face on it.
Yeah.
I don't care though.
No,
It's still
'cause
amazing.
even though they're giving it it's had the ultra HD upscale treatment.
4K remaster.
It's still gonna look like ass, but it's gonna be fun.
It's still Lego men, bloody polygons and stuff.
It's almost like part of its charm is that it looks like butt, it's so fun. It's such a fun game.
Yeah.
But
do you know what I wished you would do? Do you know what they did with the Halo Master Chief, where it's like you press the button and you've got like the original, and then a remastered sort of thing. That would be amazing if they did something like that. I don't know if they'll ever will do that, but that would be something pretty fucking sweet if they did.
I think that's like, I've just played the Dead Space remake. They've spent a lot of time remaking that game, and it is I've done one chapter on it, and it is more or less the same game, but it looks very pretty. Why couldn't they have done that with Goldeneye? You can still give it. Obviously, it would be a different engine, so it wouldn't feel exactly the same. Dead Space doesn't feel exactly the same, but it is the same. But it's just because it's a different game. So could they not have done that with Goldeneye, where it still feels pretty much the same?
Yeah.
Just that they modernise the graphics.
Essentially, what they've done is they've just got an emulator and just emulated it and just tweaked it and tidied it up and whatnot.
But why is it taking so long for them to do that?
Well, I think that's the licensing stuff, though, isn't it? Because you've got to get Brosnan and all the people to sign up
months ago.
Yeah, it also depends on the number of people on the team as well, though, doesn't it? Do you know what I mean? If you've asked this, we'll only give 20 people. Do you know what I mean? And they've got to go through the whole game and remap it with the new controllers and all that. It's if you're not given the team a decent sized team to work on it, then it's not. They can only do so much, can't they, within the time frame they get given? But I mean, I do wish there was a proper and we spoke about it before. That there are. They did a massive remaster. Was it like 10 years ago or whatever?
Yeah.
But
apparently it's like it's its own thing. From I've not played it, but it does get good reviews. They do say it's not GoldenEye 007 original OG, but it's still in its own right. It's a good game, and the only thing it uses is the same the same named locations, same mostly characters as the film and the game, but it's its own thing, which is fair enough. But I wouldn't mind if they just to tidy it up a little bit, if they gave it like a bit of like a cell shading style or just like a cartoony,
clean it up,
just to make it look a bit more appealing. Because I think it's only going to be people of our age, our generation, that'll actually
we're going to play this tomorrow and we're going to love it because it's just literally it's like a home away from home. Do you know what I mean? It's whereas people, kids and nowadays, they're just going to look at it and they're like, what's all the fuss about?
You know what
I mean?
What's this? I'm going to go back on Call of Duty or Fortnite or something.
It looks like Roblox. That's what they're going to be like. And you're like, no, easy. Again, it comes back to, like we said last week, it's being in that time, living in that time when this was a thing and this happened, Don't get it anymore. We don't. And I feel really old for saying that. Like, back in my day. But literally it is back in my day, gaming, this was amazing. This whole genre of gaming was just, it'll never be replicated ever again. Yeah. So
I think we should just count ourselves really friggin' lucky that they've actually decided to remaster this game. We've wanted for years, so
I know. I mean, what did I tweet? Was it like 2 years ago that the whole world will collectively gasp if GoldenEye was re-released on a modern day console, and a year to that point, that's when they revealed that they were going to do it, and I'm like,
it's all thanks to you, buddy.
Mate, I fucking called it. That's all I'm saying.
But we don't even get it on PlayStation. What's going on? Yeah.
Well, to be honest, yeah, I'm glad it's not on PlayStation.
Really?
Yeah.
Way.
Why should it be on PlayStation?
Because I've got a PlayStation there as well.
You've got an Xbox, and
Yeah, but...
Microsoft own Rare, who made the game, and Nintendo published the game, and they're like, well, do you know what? We want it for our console. And they're like, yeah, do you know what? And PlayStation's like, I'll just take something for free. Fuck off. Go take your Final Fantasy VII elsewhere. On you go.
Yeah, Final Fantasy sucks. That ain't going to be on Retro Gag Attack. Sorry, Final Fantasy lovers.
The games take too long to play.
Yeah. Right, it's time.
Well then.
The slag is down.
Mm-hmm.
Have you got your score?
Here are the numbers. I've got my score.
Ooh, go on then.
900,000.
Ooh, big 9.
Yeah. Because I'm not taking anything off from the controls, because at the time the controls were fantastic.
Yeah, we've got to think of the games when they came out. So the control was only an issue when dual analog.
When Halo came out and decided to change it all about, essentially. Yeah.
For
the control at the time was amazing. The graphics were amazing. Levels are amazing. The guns are amazing. We didn't even talk about the fucking music. Really, did we?
I know. I mentioned on the surface and that, but...
Yeah, but I mean, can I just say the pause meant music? I mean, everything. To be honest, in fact, you know what? I'm changing it to 925,000. 25,000 just for the pause music. See, when it was thinking... When it was released, it was coming out this week. I literally had on Alexa 10-hour YouTube video with Bluetooth through Alexa of just the pure pause music, and me and Flynn were dancing like this. Do you know what I mean? So it's like he's 5 and he's got his first Goldeneye memory.
Nice.
And see, tonight in the bath, he was in the bath. He's like, Dad, can we play that music again? Like, so in the bath, din,
nice.
Just play the
quality.
Steph wouldn't get up this morning. So I put the music on the Alexa up in the bedroom.
To force her up.
That's her alarm at 7 o'clock this morning. And I'm shouting on it. Mate, she's looking at me like, Alexa, stop.
Oh no. She's going to play it again.
I've mentioned the name. Oh, Alexa.
Do you want to play that song again for another 25 hours?
But I'm not going to say, like, the thing was, I need to find that video and send it to you. If the guy coming in, it's like, we just need to make some pause music. What have you got? And he's like, wait, and he hits the button, and the two of the guys are like proper, like, you didn't have to go this hard, and like proper like rocking out. It's just that, but it is such a
one of the best things about the game is the music by far, because it's like,
I mean, we've not even talked about the pause menu being the watch.
That's cool.
And you can scroll left and right to like your inventories and your stuff, and it's all on a watch. Mate, that's predicting bloody the future. That
predicting the
Just say, yeah.
Well, to be honest, Bond did do it all. Like, is it Tomorrow Never Dies, where he's controlling a car with his Nokia phone?
Yeah. God, don't do that. Oh God! Right, hit me with your numbers. What are we going?
I am probably gonna agree with your initial 9. 9 out of 10.
Okay.
It's just, it's nearly flawless, isn't it? For its time,
it is, isn't it?
For its time, it was probably the closest thing to a flawless shooter. It was the natural progression from Doom. It was one of the first instances, a few years after Doom came out, where someone thought, we're not just going to blatantly copy Doom. We're going to try, or Quake, we're going to try and make our own version of a first-person shooter.
Yeah.
And it swaps out the fast-paced, just franticness of Doom to a more slower-paced, controlled...
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's like Doom. Yeah. Well, the Doom is like it's a fast-paced game because you're running and gunning, you're jumping and shooting, you're killing demons. Where you're like a superhuman, as it were. Whereas GoldenEye, you are a person. Yeah, you are a human, so you have to. You are going to be slower. You are going to be tactical and like lean out from the sides to shoot someone in that. So totally. They are. They're chalk and cheese. You know what I mean? They're both very different games. But and unfortunately, Goldeneye is the better game.
Oh no!
The original Doom, yes.
Wash your mouth out with soap and water.
No way,
filth
Jose.
that just came out of your mouth. Doom is the ultimate shooter, baby.
Not to Goldeneye. But this is we'll go on this in circles forever. So anyway, score is 912,500.
Ooh, 900.
912,500.
912,500. I'll just make a
So that I think that puts it in second place.
That's pretty impressive. That's pretty impressive.
It's a bloody impressive game.
Yeah, that's the thing. It is rightfully up there. It was this is why we kind of saved it though. You needed, if anything, we needed to get a few games on the slag before your big guns came on.
Yeah.
We've now done Doom and Goldeneye, and whatever else we've got. Super
and
Metroid,
Pokemon and Resident Evil. I mean, we've gone through some heavy hitters.
So it's like we almost have to only go for the big boys now, because it's only the big boys that are going to be breaking into the top 10 of the slag. To be honest,
I know.
It puts Goldeneye third, rightfully behind Doom. So you can thank yourself for that. But then I gave Doom the 10. So
yeah, exactly.
For me, it's the closest thing to perfection is Doom. But Goldeneye, like I said, is the natural progression of Doom. But it's just, I just think Doom looks better as well. But it's the style. It's the style that the Doom was of that time where it was still sprites and pixels and blah, blah, blah. Goldeneye was at the time of the awful 3D graphics where even then they didn't look amazing. Your PlayStation 1 games at the time looked like but it was just, you had to go through that phase to get to where we are now. But still, we've got a mighty impressive top 3 at the minute. Resident Evil, Doom, and Goldeneye.
Yep.
Which I don't know if there's many games out there that we will agree deserve to be ahead of those 3.
I mean, I've got a couple.
I know you have a couple.
You agree with me if they've got to be there.
There's one I think that we will both agree with that will break the top 3, possibly. I don't know. I love Halo Combat Evolved, but I don't know if I can put it ahead of GoldenEye or Doom. Nostalgia, man. I don't get the nostalgia kicks with Halo, don't forget. Oh, that whisper was too quiet, so I didn't hear it.
Good. Because Halo 2 is better. I mean, what?
But it's not, though. It's shocking.
Well, that's for another line. Right, okay, so next week, Spider-Man PS1.
Spider-Man PS1 next week.
See, we do this all the time. We plan to do something, and then someone comes along and
GoldenEye needed to happen, didn't it? We had to.
We've been waiting for it.
Strike while the iron's hot. GoldenEye stream tomorrow. Are you going to join me on the audios and we'll play it together? Kind of.
Yes.
I'll figure out how to get you involved.
That's fine. I'll just pop my phone through Discord.
We'll have a barrel of laughs on the old GoldenEye together.
Please. That's it. To date.
Cheers, pal.
Right, on that note,
GoldenEye 007, third place. Get liking, get following, get subscribing.
That's it. And tell your friends, because, you're a sad bastard and you've not got any. But anyway, bye.
Bye.